Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am sharing this shadow box birthday card with you because today I'm celebrating my birthday. It's out there. Well, I'm still young, so I probably don't mind that you all know. Well, today I'm making shadow box, so I have the shadow box die by my favorite things, and I also cut out some clouds from the outside the box clouds by my favorite things. Now the beauty about this outside the box clouds is that you can use them on anything. Like you can use them on a slimline card. You just trim off the excess. 1. Then you use them on your shadow box like this. 2. You can also use them in like a card that has frames. So there are some different sizes. You just tuck it behind, you trim the excess off, you take another border, you put it behind the other frame that you have. Well, that's an option. And then final, but not really final, but I'm just randomly saying things out loud. You can also use them on the pop-up boxes. Isn't that amazing? So it's one investment, and I know it's quite expensive, but it's one investment and it works for so many things. And I bought these. I currently only have the clouds, but I just love clouds. You can do clouds with critters like today, which is a bit logical because they are floating in the air, hanging off balloons. Always handy. But you can definitely also add just cute things, but really cute things in clouds, like mice that are like dreaming clouds. If you want to say to someone that they are really amazing clouds, why not? So endless possibilities with usage of these clouds themselves, as well as just clouds in general. So I think you will get all the money out of it. And if you live in America, there are like crazy sales at my favorite things all the time. Like, let me just say that I'm jealous. But yeah, I am adding everything to this box using Scor Tape. That's what I prefer using when I'm making a box. Personally, I find it, or I have the idea that it's sturdy and it will not get loose, and I don't have that idea with others. No, that's not true, but like liquid glue, it has to dry before you can move it around and stuff. I want to move it around quite quickly. I want to get a move on. Then other things, well, they stick, but personally always after a bit of a time. Well, so I just fold the other flap closed, and this way all the elements are adhered. You can also immediately close up the box themselves, but I just prefer doing that afterwards. This way you have some wiggle room left. Yeah, some trimming of the excess of the Scor Tape, and then I will close it up. And then I will wiggle it a bit around just to make sure that everything is secured, but also that it will fit my envelope. Like this. I just love it. So this is the box. Really simple. I am going to add this pen later on. That's just for the sentiment or for something that you want to write to the person you're giving this card to, because bulky cards and such are difficult to write on if you only have the back. So these amazing critters, well, I can say that because these critters are from my favorite stamp set so far, by my favorite things. It's from the Balloon Besties. This stamp set is filled with adorable critters with oversized heads, which I love. And then you have all the balloons, all the birthday sentiments. It's crazy. This stamp set truly gives you so many options to create birthday cards, but also just celebration cards and such. I just love it. So that's why I'm using it. Also, you can combine so many sets by my favorite things with this one. Well, actually, with every illustrator that you have, you can combine those sets if you want to, and I just adore that. So if you're always buying the same brand, you probably have lots of options to mix and match with each other, and that just gives you so many more possibilities than originally given by the set itself. But I think this set is wonderful on its own as well. So that's why I'm only using this set. If you want to make a wonderful scene card and you want more critters, then definitely check in the other sets that you have from this illustrator. But I just think this is so cute. Okay, so today is my birthday. I'm sharing this post when I just finished working. I decided to not take leave on my birthday because, well, sad story, COVID. And last year they announced it in Belgium like 10 days before my birthday, and all of a sudden we were in lockdown and I couldn't see anyone. So my birthday last year was like really sad. But a lot of people had a sad birthday, so it's not all about me. But well, I'm one of those people who really celebrates my birthday, and I try to invite a lot of people that day, and I have several groups of friends that I want to see that day. So then it's like sort of, well, at 2 they come, and then at 4 they leave, and then at 5 the other group. Well, it's a busy day normally. Well, this year we have one contact that we can have outside of our own household. So it's quiet this year, but it's better than last year. So that's what I try to say to myself. It's better than last year. And we are going to get there slowly when everyone is vaccinated. And yeah, so that's, and I just thought, well, I'm going to work, well, virtually, because I have been working from home since they announced COVID. So I've been working from home since the 17th of March last year. I'm not going out. I'm like really one of those people who is staying at home. I live in the city, so if I go outside, I need to wear a mask. And let's be honest, I don't like it. Nobody likes it. So I just avoid going out, which is not good. I'm not moving. Okay, back to the birthday. So I just thought this year I am just going to be virtually surrounded by colleagues. And I love my colleagues. Like the ones I'm working directly with are amazing. I really have I am fortunate for that. So this is after work, and I just always hope that I'm crafting, but I think with my birthday being that when I'm sharing this, I am just going to sit behind my desk and hopefully be a bit creative, because that's what makes my day. That's what really relaxes me. It's a therapy. It's for a lot of people a therapy. But when I craft, that's the only way I really relax. So I think it's important to give yourself some crafty time if you need it. But I also know that sometimes it's just hard to go to the desk alone. Like sitting there is already one big step. Because if you already get there, you did the hardest part, you know? And if I don't feel like creativity or anything, but I really want to relax, then I just start coloring images. That's something that works for me. Like, start coloring images, and who knows, while you're doing that, you're getting some creativity and you know what you want to do with those critters, or you have a completely different idea with other critters. So yeah, lots of possibilities. So that's my day. Well, I also plan on having pie. So I'm doing the voiceover a bit earlier. So I'm just imagining what my day is going to be. So we're first working, starting at 7:30 a.m. I stop at 4, so that's good. That's good. Well, then some cooking, sharing, and then, well, I hope that I have pie. I don't want to. Well, I will tell you. Last year, like with the lockdown and such, all the restaurants were closed. Logical, lockdown. But also the pie. Like the shop where I buy my pie, also closed. And they closed for quite a long time. And that was just annoying because I went to like an industrial bakery stuff thing for my pie, and well, it was not as good. Like, not at all. Well, never doing that again. The pie is important. Any reason to have pie, I just grab it. I should be moving and then grab the pie, but well, I just like pie. I like sweet things. I can eat it all day. I like ice cream. Oh, the best. Yeah, I love ice cream as well. Oh. Yeah, sorry. I'm getting distracted. So onto the balloons already. I think that I have colored this combination already with this bunny actually. Maybe another way around. I don't know exactly. But you remember the birthday card that I used this bunny with 3 balloons, and then all the strips that I have had left over from the Barn on Slimline Die by Crafty Markers? Don't know if it rings a bell. But while I am editing and voiceovering, is that a word? Well, doing my voiceovers here, I'm just thinking about that all of a sudden. I think it's the same. Well, the colors work together, so that's the most important thing. It's vibrant, it's fun. Yeah. So I'm just doing that. Sometimes if you like a color combination and you're not doing it on purpose, using the same colors, then it's just because you really liked it, and without knowing it, you save that color combination in your head. And that's wonderful. And otherwise, if you don't remember it and you really like the color combination, you just look up what you used. That's also why I keep like all the Copic markers on display on my blog. I have from time to time that I really like a color combination from someone else, and then I ask, and then, well, he or she doesn't know which markers he or she used. And I'm like, but how? You know? Because it's important, because if you like it, next time you can use it if you know the combination. But if you don't write it down and you cannot recall, what are you going to do if you want to use that exactly same combination? Okay, so that's why I list it. It's also just for myself to remember. But well, if you like a color combination that I'm using, you can find it back on my blog or sometimes also underneath. But I'm trying to be more specific for everyone who's checking my blog and having like, if I have like the energy to do so, I'm listing for each color combination or for each critter the colors that I used. And if I don't have a lot of colors, I just list them all in one row. I know it's not that handy, but it works also. I'm going to die cut the critters using the matching dies, and then, well, trying to figure out how I'm going to place everything. That's the next step. So I have these 3 critters, and once they were on my card, I just didn't want to add a sentiment in front of it. Yeah, I know. I always think about the sentiments at the end. It's never like the sentiment, except when it's a really big one, which I don't really have a lot of. The sentiment isn't key for me to start on a card. And then I'm like, well, sentiment can go here, or I just, like, if you have sentiment strips like the dice or anything like that, it's so handy. Like, I recently got me some, and well, that's life, you know? Just adding a banner with sentiments on your card is always a way to go. But in this case, well, I contemplated it. But in this case, nah. Okay, did you just see that the tip of my glue wasn't there? It was stuck inside of the cap. Crazy. But I just put it back in, turned, twisted, pressed, and it worked out. So that's the solution. And I already used it on other cards as well, this liquid glue, and never happened again so far. So, okay, not a sentiment on top of the box. Well, at the back then. So I'm adding my sentiments on my thingy here that I'm going to add my names on later on when I'm sending the card. And then I have some Scor Tape on the back, and that will help me with adhering. Also, if someone else wants a box, I prefer adding that as well for that person, because well, you put all the effort in the card and then just writing your name is like tricky because of the bulk. Well, that's not happening. Just choose like an extra panel. So I also decided to add this bunny, which is the first time that I'm doing this, because I actually never never decorate the inside of my cards. So yeah, guilty. I just want to have room in case of I want to write a lot on the inside. So voila! This is my card and my panel. Oh, maybe I also have to say that I used Glossy Accents onto my critters after die cutting, and then I let it dry to later on add it to the box. If you forget to do that ahead of time, then you can also try to get it on there while it's already adhered in the box, but it will be a bit fiddly. So that's what I did off camera apparently. So these are some close-ups. I really want to thank you all for stopping by. I hope that you had an amazing day today, and of course that you loved this video. If you did, you can always give this one a thumbs up. That would even make my day better than possible. And I will be back soon with some new crafty inspiration. Bye!